No rhyme or reason, always crowded. We're so far away from the actual store now.
We're in the back of the building.
I just made Chris walk down the trip. I always need to see
And the pastries.
to see if they had the Ruffles sour cream and cheddar, and they did, so it's not a fluke. They now carry it at our Costco. So if I decide to cheat for a day, they won't have it, and then it will be like against my luck.
Yeah, but the problem is you're not gonna have the whole bag in one day. So, can we just talk about this butter pound cake though?
Which we can't have.
This is so moist, look at that. I just, like, my heart started to flutter.
I really want a bag of chips.
You can have a bag of chips, honey. That was a gargantuan size.
It's the size of my torso.
It really is.
Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Serene, this is Chris. We've been doing keto for 4 months now. We thought we'd share some of our staples we pick up at Costco because we literally just got back from Costco. Before the food gets bad, because it's really hot in here, let's share what we got. When we first started keto, we were buying shredded cheese, and then I watched Samantha's video on her Costco haul, and she said that don't do that because there's carbs added in there. They add carbs in everything. We now get the block cheeses. Excuse you, Dolly. When we come home, I pretty much put everything away because Chris does most of the cooking. I'll cut these in half and I freeze half. You just shred as you go?
Yeah.
They're the two block cheeses we got. It's the mild cheddar and the pepper jack, because that's the Mexican blend that we like, that we get at either Trader Joe's or Costco.
Giant thing of eggs.
I like the organic ones, the brown eggs that you can get at Costco, but they're significantly a little bit more expensive. Go through eggs quite a bit, so we just get this one.
Yeah, eggs are a big staple for us.
Even before keto. We did get shredded mozzarella, and the reason we did this is because I want to play with the concept of dough head dough, which uses shredded mozzarella. So it's not perfect, it's not ideal, but it's better than if we were to try and make dough. So we're gonna try that out.
One of the greatest discoveries for us when we were in our first week of
Second week
of being on the ketogenic diet was when we found out we could have Wingstop. If you haven't had Wingstop, they are the best wings on the planet.
You can have bone in because they use their own skin to fry it, and no barbecue sauce because they use sugar in that.
They are really expensive really fast. So we found those at Costco.
Chicken wings are the most expensive item on our grocery list, and that is $21.49.
Which, by the way, when we used to go to Wingstop, it was like 25 bucks for one meal.
For the both of us. Now I get more wings because I would only order 5 and you would order 10. And it would come out to about $25. And now, with less than the cost of one time going to Wingstop, we get a week and a half's worth of wings, and we eat wings quite a bit. We'll throw together a salad, some vegetables, and then do some wings, or sometimes if we don't even have time, we'll just do wings. We also did try to go to Ralph's or a normal grocery store to get the wings, and it's still more expensive. So Costco's the best, and we get the ice glazed or cheese. So I bought a bag of string cheese last time when we first started keto, and I'm just now done. That's 4 months of string cheese. This is a little bit smaller because I went with the organic string cheese just to test it out. It's also a little bit better if you can buy organic whenever possible, antibiotic free for sure. This is the Monterey Jack cheese that I will also chop up so that Chris can grate as he goes.
Talking to a friend of mine last week about being on the ketogenic diet, he said, "Oh, sounds intense and it sounds expensive." And then he wrote grass-fed butter ? With a little. It's really not. It's actually cheaper because you can buy this grass-fed butter and get, how many of these do we get?
4 8-ounce bars. It will last us a little over a week to 2 weeks. We really only buy this every other, sometimes longer than 2 weeks, but we like to have it on hand because the worst is having to stop what you're doing and go and buy more.
Plus we use that in almost everything.
So we cook with it,
sometimes we have our coffee with it.
We don't use as much. Like I remember my mom used to buy Country Crock and we would go through that so quickly, whereas a bar of these lasts a lot longer and we're using it for more things. And it's just because with full fat, everything's richer, everything's like more delicious, it fills you up more. It's just like avocados. Eating an avocado versus eating an apple, I'm fuller eating half an avocado. I have cream cheese.
We just get this almost every time.
Even though we don't need it, we have almost a full one at home, but if we were getting dessert heavy, we definitely use more because a lot of our desserts require this.
I'm gonna make our cheesecake bites tonight. So that actually will be about half of this particular tub, just for that.
But the cheesecake bites last a while. I don't want people to think that like all we eat is cream cheese and cheese.
Diet is, you know.
And then we have heavy cream. We use this in our coffee. We use this to make our ranch. We use this to make dressings, boats. I use it to marinate my meats. Again, it sounds really gross and fatty, but it's so delicious, and it really isn't, and I've lost weight on it.
Lost weight, but like stayed healthy.
We got 2 things of organic ground beef. This is my favorite kind. We use this for meatballs because most pre-made meatballs have carbs in it, and sugar. That's the worst. It's like, it's okay if they put a little bit of like carbs that have fiber in it, or carbs that I can, you know, that's good for me. But the fact that they actually put cane sugar and soy sauce and soy in pre-made foods is pretty bad. We use this to make burgers. We'll use this to make my pepper boats. We just use it a lot. I really like ground beef. I like beef. I actually got a comment with someone asking me to consider being vegan. I'm like, I did consider vegan. I even tried being vegan. I have lots of vegan friends. What?
Nothing.
Most of our produce isn't shown here because of the fact that we can't buy that much produce. We have to buy it in smaller quantities from Trader Joe's, grocery stores, farmers markets, because of the fact that it just goes bad quicker. So the meats we can freeze. Veggies I prefer fresh. And there's a farmer's market that we can go to every Sunday, or Trader Joe's around the corner. So that's where we'll buy like butter lettuce, cucumbers, peppers. Speaking of veggies, we have organic rice cauliflower. We go through this pretty quickly.
Yeah, this is probably 2 servings or 2 meals, I should say. I use that to make the chicken enchilada recipe that I make.
This is something, So this is something new to us. We haven't tried it yet, but we thought we would try it. This is going to be like one of those more splurgy mornings where we have more carbs. But this is the Birch Bender's Micro Pancakery, just add water, pancake and waffle mix, paleo. So it's made with almond flour, coconut, cassava, egg, and monk fruit. There's no dairy, there's no added sugars. It's grain-free and it's low glycemic. Disclaimer
real quick though, like we did not buy this because it said paleo, because paleo and keto are 2 totally different things. And I've noticed a couple of comments from people saying, oh, I do paleo also. They're 2 separate
Very
things.
different.
So this just happens to say paleo on it, but we're gonna try it for our diet.
With keto, you just wanna make sure there's no sugar, there's no grains really in things, like hidden in there. So this one has total carbohydrates 16 grams minus 5 dietary fiber, so it's 11 grams per serving. There's 1 gram of sugar with no added sugars. Still have to look at the ingredients, look at the total carb intake. We got some artichokes. We love the Houston's artichokes, so delicious. The garlic aioli that you just dip, and they roast the artichokes where they grill steaks, and it just has that smoky, like delicious. So we try to make it at home. It's not quite as good, but it's pretty decent.
Do that. We'll find something that we like out, and then see if we can replicate it at the house. Like this morning, I made the little bites from Starbucks, the egg bites. How were they?
They were really good. That's like one of my favorite treats midday afternoon if I'm like out and about and there's a Starbucks and they have those little egg bites. I get the bacon, cheese, and egg one, and they fill me up. They're so delicious. They're nice and warm and fluffy. So he's gonna try and make a bunch and then keep them in the fridge, and then I can just heat them up because they heat them up at Starbucks. They're not like fresh. They put it in the microwave. I don't like microwaves, but whatevs. Probably one of the best discoveries. Even before keto, I used almond flour a lot. I was buying it. It was like $11, anywhere between $8 to $11 for a small pouch this big.
Bigger than your head.
This is $11.89. And this usually lasts us like a month, not longer, because we're just now having to rebuy this since discovering it. This is so exciting when you find like such a great staple deal. Because I had just come to terms that like almonds are expensive. And our final thing we're gonna share is marinara sauce. So you wanna look for ones that aren't made with sugar or added like random crap in there. This is pretty clean actually, cleaner than ones I found at Whole Foods and Trader Joe's. Organic ground tomatoes, tomato puree, sauteed onions, olive oil, basil, oregano, garlic sea salt, organic spices, That's it. I like to use this in the crock pot. I'll make my meatballs. I'll fry up the meatballs in a pan, put them in the crock pot with the marinara sauce to marinate, and then a layer of cheese. So good. Chris will try and make something that I'm good at making, and he's like, so how do I make it? And I was like, you do this, you do that, and I change it every time. That's why I don't do a ton of cooking stuff on this channel, because it would be so hard for me to explain it. I smell it. Like, I don't know how to describe, like my mom used to taste it, but it would gross me out that she would taste raw meat, even though she argued that it wasn't enough to hurt her. How else would you know the marinades right or the seasonings right? And I was like, I don't know, that sounds disgusting, I can't do it. So for me, it's a sense of smell. Like when I feel like the spices and the cream and all this stuff like smells right, that's when I feel like it's good. There's some other great things that you can pick up from Costco if you're on the keto diet, or even if you're just shopping for your family. These are things that I feel like you're definitely getting more of a value for your money, because unfortunately it took us like 8 years of living together to figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't forget to also check out their avocado oil that comes in a glass jar. Love any oils that come in glass jars from Costco. If you buy it in bulk, you're saving money in the long run. Do not buy the coconut oil that comes in plastic though. It's not very good. It's not the healthiest or best kind of coconut oil, so that's where we go to Trader Joe's. We also really like the ranch powder seasoning, because we make our own ranch with just heavy cream and cream cheese, and we literally put that on everything. It's delicious. If you want to make a garlic aioli, same kind of concept. I also use the ranch powder in our burgers. I put it in there, like it was delicious last time. Ranch powder, for the packets, we were spending about $2 to $3 for every 2 packets or every packet.
I think they were $1.99 per packet.
Way more cost effective to buy the thing of ranch if you are planning on buying packets to make your own ranch at home. We have avocado oil mayonnaise. A lot of mayonnaise at the store are made with canola oil and have added sugars in it. The Primal Kitchen, which isn't my favorite tasting mayonnaise, is available at Costco, which is great because it's kind of a pricier mayonnaise. You can also make it at home for any recipes. It just doesn't keep very long in the fridge. Less time even outside of the fridge. I unfortunately have learned through a lot of trial and error and a lot of wasted money in food that keto not only has benefited our health, but it's benefited our wallets. We don't eat out as much, and if we do, it's definitely more of an event, and it's okay. Like there's nothing wrong with eating out. It just was a really bad habit of ours because we didn't want to cook, didn't know what to cook, or didn't know what to eat. So we just like conveniently go do something that was familiar and overpriced for what it was, and not even enjoy it really.
No, I've never enjoyed a meal in my entire life as much as I enjoyed the Cheesecake Factory.
on our anniversary. Or even when we decided to randomly cheat with our friends. Yeah. Going out to eat now is like, it's really enjoyable. When we decide to cheat, like we cheat.
I've earned that cheat.
And it's more cost effective. So we're not wasting money buying groceries and going out to eat. When we buy the groceries, we eat everything. It used to be where we'd spend $250, $300 a week on groceries, and half of it would go bad before we even got to it. I know the kind of stuff we need to pick up at Costco. These are our staples. And then of course, like I mentioned, produce and fishes, that kind of stuff we pick up as we go because we don't want to keep that around the house too much. I was a little upset because yesterday for the first time, I had to throw away 3 full cucumbers because it had gone bad before we got to it. This tells me I need to eat more vegetables because we usually go through it. Yeah. But instead of buying more, I'm just gonna buy it when I need it. I'm starving, we're gonna make some Cheez-Its. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Let us know if there's any type of like couple-y videos or lifestyle videos you'd like to know more about us. I have a main channel, Serene Woo, which is my name, and that's more like beauty, wellness, self-care. And Chris has an editing channel that he has neglected for years. All of our information is in the description box. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. We'll see you next time.
Go to shoptheartofcare.com.
Oh yeah, we have a shop. Bye.